What you gonna do? I'll see you with that. Pop that. Go. Now let me see you go. I see you with it. Pop it. Now let me see you go. I see you with it. Pop it. Go. Now let me see you go. I see you with it. Pop it. Now let me see you go. 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 What you gonna do with it? 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 What you gonna do with it?
We're online, ready to fire away. A digital breeze from cybernet seas. We may not make it out of the bay. Just unwind, it doesn't matter anyway. Try not to freeze or throw away the keys. The predator is now the prey. Things could be different. Things could be alright. Things could be innocent when dark becomes light. We're online, ready to fire away. Powered by a dream, connected to a screen. The Revo's in 4K. When dark becomes light, we're online, ready to fire away. connected to a screen, the Revo's in 4K.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome on in to round number 7 of the Apollo Racing Club NASCAR Truck Series as we head to Charlotte Motor Speedway. My name is Adam EV500 here to bring you all the action as we are wrapping up practice here. And obviously we're working on our reverse driving here as we're seeing some guys just having some fun here at the end of practice. Let's take a look at the updated standings. Andrew Surwick currently out in front with 215 points and with 2 back-to-back wins, and he got his 3rd win of the season last week at Texas. Cody Barrett in second, 180 points. He finished 10th last week and also has a victory at Phoenix. And Craig Bray, 168 points, has not been on the podium all season, but being consistent and just staying up front and just kind of being in the front group can get you a lot of points. Charlotte Motor Speedway, a 1.5 mile long track with some pretty steep banking here. And of course, the drivers will have 2 tires for this 100 lap race. So Colin Kinser currently fastest in practice so far. He had a 30.28 according to the live tower. So we're still wrapping up practice. Still got a couple moments here before we head into qualifying. A 2-lap lone qualifier. And, Surwick has now tied with that 38.2. It's a 2.8 as well. So milliseconds between Surwick and Kinser. Surwick trying to get his 4th win of the season and get closer to becoming the inaugural ARC NASCAR Cup champion. Tonight's drivers, we have, of course, Andrew Surwick, Colin Kinser here again tonight. Austin Armstrong after a kind of a rough performance last week. Kendall Martin, his 2nd week here at Apollo Racing Club. Dominic Rossi, who was definitely the dark horse last week, was definitely racing for the win. Brock Whiteman, also somebody to watch out for tonight. Gary Cully is also another guy that there might be some time left in him with that 30.4. Cody Barrett, of course, he has 1 win on the season. Charles Bertram, who has not been here very often, but he is here tonight. Craig Bray, of course, in that 3rd spot in the standings. Shady Ahmad in 11th. Very consistent racer. Where did he finish last week? He was very quick last week. He's 4th in the standings right now with 164 points. He finished 7th last week on Bristol Dirt. He was 2nd place. Sam Carasala, DeAndre Young, Eric Oliva, and Eric Koo, excuse me. So he is we got 15 drivers tonight. We may have one more joining before the end of qualifying. So a pretty decent sized field for this one, ladies and gentlemen. So once again, thank you so much for joining us here at Apollo Racing Club. Of course, tomorrow night there is no ACF1 action as it is their break week. And then, of course, ACC GT3 action this Saturday night. Matt McAdams will have the broadcast at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. James Williamson, you're probably wondering where he's at. He's actually on assignment this week, so he will not be joining us here. It'll just be me. You get my lovely voice for this entire race evening. So practice now wrapping up, and it is time to go qualifying. Of course, a 2-lap qualifier. Everybody has 5 minutes to get their whole entire qualifying in. Austin Armstrong will be the first driver out there. Let's head over to him real quick. Austin Armstrong, the number 3. He is from Charlottesville, Virginia, driving the Chevy this week. Here he comes now. He's going to start his first lap of 2. We'll try and get to everybody quickly. Again, these lone qualifier formats, we can't really get to everybody like you would normally during an actual NASCAR race, but we'll be able to try and get most of these drivers. So Austin Armstrong on his first lap, going down the backstretch, and you can see what I'm talking about the banking here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. You can actually get to the bottom quite easily, and you kind of had to pedal it there, had to feather the throttle a little bit. Last week with Texas, turns 1 and 2 being a little bit flatter turns, 3 and 4 about the same as Charlotte. First lap time for Austin Armstrong is a 30.24. Gary Colley a 30.4, so he's got some time he can find here. Austin Armstrong still looking for it. Craig Bray 30.51. Let's head over to Cody Barrett. Cody Barrett a 30.41, and Charles Bertram quick time of a 30.20. Can he get faster here? Andrew Serwick out on track. He was quickest in the practice session with a 30.28. Let's see what he can do here. Andrew Serwick going through turns 3 and 4. Has to get off the throttle a little bit to get down to the low side. Dominic Rossi, fourth fastest, a 30.28. Craig Bray moves back up to the third with a 30.26. Here comes Andrew Serwick. He does not go quick time. He goes 6 quick with a 30.41. Now he's got a little bit of heat in those tires. Can he beat Charles Bertram with that 30.2? Cody Barrett falls down to 7th, a 30.41. Shady Ahmad and Kendall Martin, quick time of a 30.17. Andrew Serwick, can he get the job done for this quick time here? It is going to be second fastest, a 30.14. Ties it with Dominic Rossi, but Dominic Rossi quickest on the thousandths of a second. Wow. That is absolutely wow. See anybody else is out there? Let's head over to Sam Carasella, who's just taking his time. Brock Whiteman crosses the line. He is done with his qualifying. Let's head over to Colin Kinzer. Colin Kinzer in the car 46. Colin Kinzer looking to try and maybe get a race win this season. Colin Kinzer's first lap time does not count. Colin Kinzer won the first race of the season, missed the second week, third week at Las Vegas. He finished second, so he's only been on the podium here. So he's looking for his second win of the year in the NASCAR Truck Series. Colin Kinzer stays away from the wall, and he will cross the line and goes 9th quick, a 30.3. And that will wrap up our qualifying. Looks like nobody else is going down, so, but our pole sitter tonight is going to be the number 11 in the Toyota, Dominic Rossi. And that is, I'm actually, oh, well, Colin Kinzer goes pole. Was Colin Kinzer doing an outlap that first lap and I got fooled? Colin Kinzer to the pole with a 30.13. Thought he was just running laps just to get practice, but he goes first, and that will put Dominic Rossi down to second. I spoke way too soon, and that happens. But Colin Kinzer to the pole. Well then, let's take a look at the grid here. Starting on the pole position, the number 46 of Colin Kinzer. In second place, the number 11 of Dominic Rossi. In third place, the number 22 on the outside and on the inside is going to be the number 22 of Andrew Serwick. On the outside in row number 2, the number 26 of Kendall Martin. On the inside, row number 3, the number 14 of Charles Bertram. On the outside in row number 3, the number 3 of Austin Armstrong. And in the 4th row, on the inside, is going to be the number 709 of Craig Bray. In 8th place, the number 25 of Greg Colley. In the rounding out the top 10, the number 98 of Shady Ahmad and the number 41 of Brock Whiteman. Outside of the top 10 tonight is going to be the number 402 of Cody Barrett. On the outside, the number 308 of Eric Cow. Excuse me. I got to get his name right. I always call him Colt, so I apologize, Eric. And in the final 2 rows, the number 24 of San Carasala. And in the number 9, Micah Curtis in 14th position. In 15th, the number 2 of DeAndre Young. And rounding out tonight's grid, the number 007 of Eric Oliva. So that is a look at tonight's grid. Week 7 here at Apollo Racing Club. Here again. Let's take a look at some of the track features here. Of course, a 1.5 mile long track. Good temperature out there. Air temperature is 20 degrees Celsius, so pretty good race for us here tonight. Take a look at track temperature. Track temperature 22 degrees Celsius. So, well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Colin Kinser on the pole tonight. Dominic Rossi in 2nd, Andrew Serwick 3rd, Kendall Martin 4th. So a pretty good top 5. These guys very, very strong. So it should be 1 lap around the Concord here, or one of the most notorious racetracks in the United States. Of course, NASCAR visiting here for the Coca-Cola 600. In previous years was the All-Star race as well prior to the Coca-Cola 600. One of the longest NASCAR races, the longest NASCAR race on the calendar. Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, as they approach turn number 3. It is almost time here to go green flag racing. 100 laps around the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Here we go. Colin Kinser waiting for the pace car to drop off here, and he will control the pace. He can go whenever he pleases. We do not have the restart zone for this league here, but it's pretty quick after the pace car calls off. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The flag is out. And green, 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 and away we go here. Colin Kinser gets a great restart. And it looks like Dominic Rossi's going to have to find on outside here from Andrew Serwick. Colin Kinser going to hold on to the low line here. And everybody trying to keep it clean. We do have a little bit of bumping and banging a little bit towards the back here, as we see the 308 of Eric Coe and Micah Curtis, the number 9, Cody Barrett, trying to make his way through as well. This is a tire-saving race as always. You've got to preserve those tires. You have 2 tires you have to use. Dominic Rossi falling down the 3rd, being chased down by Austin Armstrong. Austin Armstrong trying to hold on to that outside lane, going to get in the draft down the back stretch, and now here comes Andrew Serwick down the inside of Colin Kinser against that inside line, and here they come through 3 and 4. Colin Kinser just remaining calm, and I think if you're taking the high side, that is going to be the tire saver line, and having to push those right side tires as hard as they can go. But still side by side, the number 26 Kendall Martin trying to creep up on Dominic Rossi and stay on the outside here. Austin Armstrong still holding his position. Colin Kinser still the leader of this race, as we are about to hit lap number 4 here of 100 laps around this 1.5 mile long track. But everybody's still just remaining pretty close to each other. Top 10 still within a second of each other, so not moving very quickly at all here. Nobody's pulling away here. Colin Kinser will retake the lead here. Austin Armstrong around the outside of Andrew Serwick through turns 1 and 2 again. And this is when it's really going to matter, because now Austin Armstrong's got a big run down the back stretch. He's going to try and out-drag Colin Kinzer, but those corners, I mean, if you're remaining on the inside there, it is going to be a tough day if you're on the outside. But Austin Armstrong still, he's actually the leader of this one, but Colin Kinzer might have something to say about that. Andrew Serwick as well in the background there. He's just waiting. Opens up the door with these two. Nothing happening just yet. Everybody's still staying pretty calm here. Let's go to the back here. Craig Bray on the end of this pack here and leaving Shady Ahmad in the dust here. Cody Barrett also having a battle here with Eric Kuo. I don't even know how to say his name. Could somebody correct me on this? Because I've known him for a couple of years and I don't even know his last name. We usually just call him Cold, so. Or Chang. Eric Chang is what we would call him. So. .402. Now being chased down by the number 9 of Micah D. Curtis. And Cody Barrett is one of those drivers. He's a tire saver. He can make tires last longer than most people would. We still see everybody in line here. Colin Kinzer, Austin Armstrong, Andrew Serwick, Kendall Martin. It looks like Charles Bertram trying to get into the mix, but he messes up his line, and now he's not going to be able to retain the position. Austin Armstrong now takes the lead here on lap number 8. A little bit of smoke. Somebody tapped the wall. Oh, and Andrew Serwick bumping into Colin Kinzer. Everybody able to keep it going here, but Austin Armstrong now will take a massive lead here, but that's going to affect Colin Kinzer as he now falls down to 4th. He's falling even farther back as he's now in the clutches of Charles Bertram back there. So Colin Kinzer, a pole sitter, is now fallen back to 4th place. Dominic Rossi has also fallen back now. He is behind Gary Cully and Brock Whiteman and Craig Bray as well now too. Gonna find a way to get up there. Ooh, we see Craig Bray kicking up some dust on the wall. So now we are officially 10% into this race, and everybody keeping it tight and close. Top 5 now separated by 1 second. Andrew Serwick taking the low line as Austin Armstrong holding on to the outside here. Again, I think that's the smart move to preserve tires, because again, you have to take these. You got to take one set of tires a pretty long ways. So now we're seeing more action throughout the field. You can see in the background there, Gary Cully trying to make some moves, trying to move himself up the order. Slides up just a little bit. Isn't able to hold the line that he wanted. Brock Whiteman will be happy about that. He will continue to make his way forward here. Micah Curtis getting on the wall. And I'm back here. Craig Bray on the end of this group here. Gary Coley, who has now lost a lot of ground. He's eating up those tires. So on his first pit stop, he is probably going to take a set. Andrew Serwick will go to the lead here as Austin Armstrong very high up there, and Kendall Martin's going to get a good run as we head into the quad oval part of the track on the front stretch. But Colin Kinzer back into the mix here. Kendall Martin wants a chance to win this race, so he'll try and make his way forward. Again, this is a very long race, so we're going to see a few lead changes. Just like a couple weeks ago, we had 5, 6, 7 lead changes, all in the course of a few moments. Dominic Rossi being one of those, Austin Armstrong one of those, Andrew Serwick, who led the final lap. Andrew Serwick trying to find a way to stretch out this gap, but that's going to be kind of hard to do when you got these guys in the background here. Austin Armstrong moving up into second. So now we see Kendall Martin back up into second as Austin Armstrong now cycles down to fourth, and you can see he's lost a lot of momentum here. He's now in the clutches of the 41 of Brock Whiteman. As we still keep on our lead group here. As Whiteman has now taken the fourth spot away from Austin, and Austin is going backwards and not forwards like he would like to. Craig Bray and Micah Curtis. Micah Curtis has made up some ground. He's up in the 6th. Serwick, we have another lead change here as Kendall Martin will take the lead here on lap number 21. Colin Kinzer pushing himself here. Oh, Andrew Serwick gets into the wall a little bit here, but it doesn't slow him down at all. Really pushing here now as we hit lap 23. Now the strategy going to come into play. Will we stay green? I think we might stay green for a while here because everybody's starting to really... Oh, we do have somebody down. That's Andrew Serwick, and that's going to bring out the caution. Dominic Rossi involved. And let's take a look at this replay here of Andrew Surowick. Oh, Colin tried to come down, and Colin Kinzer was there and puts him in the wall. And here comes Dominic Rossi. Oh, and he flips. Okay. So able to get back on all four tires, but that is a huge, huge crash. I wonder if we can get another angle of this one. Surowick goes high, thinks, oh, that's a tough one. Andrew Surowick will go down, and there goes Dominic Rossi with him. Able to get back on his all four tires, but that was a disastrous incident there. So pit stops now. So we see Surowick coming on in. Kendall Martin is in. Now this will be interesting here. We got to try and get our best here to keep track of strategy. If you're smart, you take fuel here, no tires, and looks like that's what Kendall Martin's doing. Same with Austin Armstrong. Craig Bray, a little beat up there. He's just getting fuel. Gary Cully looks like he's fuel only. Oh, and Shady Amon actually took tires. Saw his car jack up just a little bit here. What does Surowick do? Surowick uses a fast repair, and I don't think he took tires. Colin Kinzer took fuel only and will be the new leader of this race. When we go back green, Kendall Martin in second, Brock Whiteman in third coming out of the pit lane. Austin Armstrong will come out in fourth. Cody Barrett jumps himself into fifth place. Micah Curtis in sixth place. He has gained 8 positions so far tonight. Brock Whiteman has gained 7. Shady Ahmad comes out in 7th. Andrew Surowick then will go down to 8th place. DeAndre Young in 9th place. Gary Cully 10th. Eric Chang in 11th. Craig Bray in 12th. And Sam Carasella in 13th. And Eric Oliva in 14th. Charles Bertram will come down in that 14th position. So a long pit stop for him. And, of course, our only teleporter was Dominic Rossi. Dominic Rossi last week finished in second, so. And the pace car lights are out, so hopefully he's able to get out in time. Colin Kinzer will lead. Take a look here, double check, make sure everybody who pitted. So it was Kinzer, Martin, Armstrong, Whiteman, Barrett, Curtis, Ahmad, Surowick. Pretty much everybody pitted that last time. So, well, everybody did pit. So we're going to go green here on lap number 27. Here as Colin Kinzer gets ready to go green, and he'll take off right at the start of where the Geico restart zone is. And he's just going to run away. Micah Curtis giving Austin Armstrong a little bit of a push down the front straight. But Brock Whiteman wants this third position. Three wide in the back there. And Micah Curtis moves up into the podium. And then now I think he has fresh tires because, oh, he's in the wall. He's definitely on fresh tires. He is making the laps here. He was 4/10 quicker than Colin Kinzer, so Micah Curtis on fresher tires. Everybody else pretty much around the same lap time of 33.4 and 33.3 and 33.4s. Show you that now. And a 30.6, yeah, almost a second quicker than the rest of the field. Colin Kinzer doesn't seem too bothered by that, though. He's not over pushing the car. He knows Micah Curtis used a set of tires, so he'll have to take this next set of tires long. Has to get him to almost close to lap 70. Lap 60, lap 70-ish to make the tires worth it. Eric Chang, who also probably took some fresh tires, he's gaining ground. He's now up into second place. Excuse me, third place. Gained by Kendall Martin. And gaining. Now, this strategy can work. Because if you're taking these tires long, you're gonna have you can get the space that you need. Obviously, fuel not a problem. Eric Chang getting a little bit of slipstream here. Now he's going to try and go down the inside, but Colin Kinzer shuts the door. Eric Chang trying to just find his way through this. Be interesting what it has, but now a 4.8 second lead here for Micah Curtis. Gary Coley trying to gain some spots here, but Shady Ahmad is not letting him go easily here. Charles Bertram down to 15th. He is struggling here with these used tires. You're pretty much chewed up at this point. His lap time. Andrew Serwick making up ground, though. He is up in the 7th, but he's really got to push it now if he wants to get by Cody Barrett and Austin Armstrong. Cody Barrett in the 402. Brock Whiteman has fallen back now. He is down to 8th. Again, used tires feel way different. You really got to be careful on how much you put into it. And here comes Cody now. He's got a good run here on Austin Armstrong down the front stretch, and he'll have the inside. Gets down the inside now, and hopefully he can actually kind of get that momentum going for him, but it's going to be tough. Austin Armstrong does not let up easily. Eric Chang has now taken second place away from Colin Kinzer and has now pushed himself to almost a 2-second gap. And we have a caution. Shady Ahmad. Oh, he went through the front grass here. Let's back it up a little bit and find out exactly what happened here. Oh, I see a little bit of contact here. Oh, Gary Cully off the wall. Crashes right into Shady Ahmad off the track, and he goes and gets a little hop back on the track, and that's when the caution finally came out. Oh, he got spun out again by the number 2, DeAndre Young. So an unfortunate error there. So that will bring out the second caution, and if you're on newer tires, this somewhat plays into your hand, but now everybody else is going to take fresh tires here, I think. So Colin Kinzer into the pit lane again. Same with Surwick. No, Surwick stayed out. So lap 40, our second caution of the day. Let's see what Colin Kinzer does. Gets the damage repaired, and his car isn't going up. Nope. Just fuel. And he's out. Drivers that stayed out, Micah Curtis, Eric Chang. No, Eric Chang is already out of the pits. Because he was one of the pit stops, wasn't he? No, he was not. So Eric Chang stayed out. Andrew Surwick stayed out. Same with Brock Whiteman, Craig Bray. So Colin Kinzer was the last one to pit. Rossi now just coming out of the pits here. Of course, he does have to wait until everybody else pits before he can make his pit stop. And if you see there, you can see a little yellow mark on the side there, right where you see the positions gained and lost. Of course, it was Kinzer, Martin, Barrett, Armstrong, Carosella, Leva, Cully, Bertram, Ahmad, and Rossi all pitting that last time. Micah Curtis, your race leader. We are not going green yet. Probably going green next time. Micah Curtis, Eric Chang, Andrew Surwick, Brock Whiteman, Craig Bray, Colin Kinzer, Kendall Martin, Cody Barrett, Austin Armstrong, Sam Carosella, Eric Oliva, Gary Cully, Charles Bertram, Shady Ahmad, Dominic Rossi, and DeAndre Young is your running order. So here we go, down the back stretch. Pace car will be pulling off here momentarily. So Micah Curtis, your race leader here. And here we go. Green flag. Micah Curtis, not the greatest restart. And oh, Andrew Serwick missed a shift there, as he just could not get going. Oh, we have several contact in the wall down back there. Austin Armstrong going down low. We see everybody just spreading apart now. Colin Kinzer was the victim of that, and he falls all the way to the back now. And everybody who is and Austin Armstrong also in the back now. They're going to have to race their way through. Once again, Micah Curtis just going to take off from the lead here. He still has younger tires than most of the field does right now. But a solid slam to the wall there to Colin Kinzer puts him down to 13th, and he's got some work he's got to do. And he is incredibly off the pace. I wonder if there's some steering damage to his car. Let's take a look. Wheel is straight. A little off angle, but I think that's just the bumpiness of the track. It's causing him to do that. Now look high above into the sky here. Watching Eric and Micah Curtis now taking an over a 2-second gap from Brock Whiteman. There's the gap there between Whiteman and Surowick. To Craig Bray, excuse me, Andrew Surowick, Kendall Martin. Craig Bray is currently 12th. As we are approaching the halfway mark of this one. And Gary Cully has now joined the fray here and is joining this fight. And he is taking off to the races here, as now he is hot on the heels of Andrew Surowick, and this is going to be nice. This is exactly what he was hoping for. Andrew Surowick shuts the door. It's going to allow Cully now an opening as he goes to the high side, and he's got some speed on him. And there he goes. And here comes Austin Armstrong as well, after being involved in the opening incident there on the restart. And he puts himself up into 5th. Andrew Surowick is falling back, because guess who's there as well? Sam Carasala, the number 24. These guys on the used tires are starting to fall back now. As Andrew Serwick's falling down. He's down to 8th and almost going to be falling down to 9th with the 007 back there of Eric Oliva. Micah Curtis seems to be having a connection issue. He's able to get through it just fine as he has a second lead over Eric Chang and a 3-second lead over Austin Armstrong. Austin Armstrong up into 3rd and is closing the gap. And looks like Andrew Surrick has now fallen back to 9th with Kendall Martin in 10th. They are hoping for a caution. As we are now past the halfway point. We're on lap 53 now. So we only got 48 more laps now to go here in this show. As DeAndre Young is out of this one. Here comes Austin Armstrong approaching Eric Chang, getting close, getting to the bumper. Down the inside, Austin goes, and he's just going to run away. Eric Chang doesn't even put up a fight and just allows Austin Armstrong to drive away now. So yes, he must have taken tires because he is quick right now. Fastest right now out on track is going to be the number 3 of Austin Armstrong. The last time by, a 31:12. I'm not seeing anybody quicker than that. He's 0.6 quicker than the leader, Micah Curtis. Into the back here, Shady Ahmad, Charles Bertram. And over the radio system, got some guys who are about to pit. Looks like that is Micah Curtis into the pit lane now. So we do have green flag stops now. Micah Curtis and looks like Brock Whiteman. Craig Bray also in. Oh, and Micah Curtis a little bit too far in his pit box. This is going to be a slow stop here. As Austin Armstrong will take the lead. And new tires for Micah Curtis. Eric Chang now into the pit lane. That puts Sam Carasala up into second. Now, here comes Andrew Serwick into the pit lane. He's had a very rough night. Well, we see a new winner here tonight at Apollo Racing Club. Again, he's going to get tires this stop. He has to. But those tires should take him to the end unless another caution comes out. Then why not get fresh set of tires and be almost 6-7 tenths quicker than the rest of the field unused? You see Colin Kinzer just trying to get by here now. He's 10 seconds back of Cody Barrett. Cody Barrett, Dominic Rossi. Dominic Rossi 1 lap down on everybody. After a tough accident with Andrew Surwick. So a lot of these guys are going to be 1 lap down. Of course, Micah Curtis. Oh. Shady Ahmad was able to get his lap back. No, not Shady. And Rossi. Because now behind them is Micah Curtis, Brock Whiteman, Surwick, Eric Chain. So when this group of cars, 1st through 8th, pit, it's going to be tight. And who's going to be taking the lead of this race? Greg Bray going underneath Sam Carasala now. He's trying to get his lap back. He is 2 laps down. Shady Ahmad as well. So you can see the time difference here. Micah Curtis fastest currently on track at 30.41. That time was a 32 flat. So much slower that second go around. And Andrew Surwick has actually gotten by Micah Curtis as he was held up by Dominic Rossi. Smart thinking there by Andrew Surwick. Well, Micah Curtis heading to the top side. Can he get the job done? No, he cannot. He's going to go on the inside. Can he get it done now? Yes, he can. Finally. Curtis will move up a spot onto Rossi. This again, this is a battle for a position here on lap number 67. So, when everybody pits, Shady Ahmad should be our net leader. Yes, I am saying Shady Ahmad becomes the next leader of this race. Because everybody in front of him right now has to pit at least once. Then it just becomes be about strategy. And if a caution comes out, that changes this race on its head. As we see Gary Cully into the pit lane. Same with Austin Armstrong. So, Shady Amon was able to get around. No issues. And Sam Carasala will stay out there. He'll get a lead lap point tonight. So, same with Gary Cully, Eric Oliva, and Charles Bertram all into the pit lane. Colin Kinzer into the pit lane. And 3 stay out. Carasala, Kendall Martin, Cody Barrett. Here comes Shady Ahmad. Can he get the job done? But don't worry about him, because here comes Brock Whiteman around the outside. Brock Whiteman now up in the P5. Gets around Austin Armstrong. And when these leaders finally pit, which they do now, Brock Whiteman will become the race leader. What a turn of events this is. And Shady Ahmad will come into the pit now. So top 3, Brock Whiteman, Andrew Serwick, Austin Armstrong. Now the question is, does Brock Whiteman have the fuel? That is the real key question. Oh, Austin Armstrong into the wall, but we stay green. Allow Colin Kinzer. He used his fast repair. He's still a lap down, but he has fresh tires and he is quick. He obviously is, because he was on the pole. And he's just sailing past these guys now. And he has time to do it. He is obviously going to be good on fuel, because he was in those late pit stops. Keep track of his progress here. Brock Whiteman. Still your race leader here. Gary Cully in 4th place. Eric Oliva has gained 11 spots tonight. He's in the top 5. So let's take a look at one more time those pit stops here. So Whiteman, Serwick pitted on lap 56 and 58. Armstrong was 69. Same with Cully and Oliva, excuse me. Curtis was a pit stop at 56. Martin was a 70. Same with Carasala. Bertram 69. Barrett 70. Chang and Bray were 57, 56. Kinzer was a 68, so just a few laps to go. Ahmad and Rossi a 70 and 69. So this is going to get spicy here unless a caution comes out, then throw that out the window. We'll look at Eric Oliva. Everybody pretty much spread out at this point. Eric Chain trying to chase down Charles Bertram. Andrew Serwick trying to chase down Whiteman. Again, last time he pitted, on lap 56. So 24 laps now to go, ladies and gentlemen. The countdown is on here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Who has the tires? Who has the fuel? Serwick and Whiteman's last lap time equal, 31.86. Austin Armstrong at 32.31. Gary Cully at 32.3. So we are seeing some different lap times here, but Austin Armstrong's got a lot of work to do. Colin Kinzer, he's just absolutely storming through the field right now, as he is on the lead lap. He is officially back on the lead lap here on lap with 22 to go. He is storming right now. He's a 31.01. He's pretty much a full second faster than the rest of the field. He's on a mission. It's a 4-second gap to Micah Curtis. It's Carasella and Kendall Martin battling it out here down the front stretch. So got 18 laps to go here. A caution still up in the air of whether or not it will happen. Cody Barrett in the conversation now. He's trying. He looks like he can gain 2 spots here. He's going to try and do it. And Whiteman into the pit lane. He's calling for the pits. Same with Serwick. Serwick into the pit lane now with 17 to go. And that puts Eric Oliva up to the lead. I don't even know what the pit strategy is anymore. It's gone out completely out the window at this point. Shady Ahmad, who's still 1 lap down. Question is, was the right call made? Gary Cully coming out of the pits. Kinzer is absolutely trying to tear this up. Craig Bray, Eric Chain, Micah Curtis. in the pit lane. And now we have a battle again. Brock Whiteman, he's got the faster tires. Austin Armstrong does not. Dominic Rossi's going to have to get out of the way of this one. Here comes Andrew Serwick. He also is trying to chase down Brock Whiteman. Dominic Rossi on older tires at this point. His gap is closing. 13 laps now to go. Kinzer's lap time 31.85, so he is starting to slow her down. He's got to make a decision quick. I think he should have pitted. If he was going to try and maybe sneak a win here, that was the time to pit. But Charles Bertram is the man out in front of these one lap down cars, and Brock Whiteman just says, "Thank you very much, I'll take the position." Pulls away from Serwick. Serwick really pushing the issue here, but guess who's back there too? Craig Bray, and he's 2 laps down. When does Austin Armstrong have to pit at all? Armstrong 69. He could last to the end. Same with Oliva. But it's going to get very spicy here. And Eric Oliva into the pit lane now, so he will give up the lead. So Austin Armstrong out in front. Kendall Martin second. Cody Barrett third. And we have a battle for the third podium spot here. Again, don't know if these guys have to pit still. We have 10 laps to go. Cody Barrett, though, says, you know what? I'm just going to take the position. I'm going to go chase down Austin Armstrong here. And he's actually gaining. He's got tires. You can tell that that's a tire advantage. And Cody Barrett will take the lead of the race with 9 to go here. He is storming away. Kendall Martin in the background there. 8 laps now to go. Does Cody Barrett go for his second win here at Apollo Racing Club in the trucks? 8 laps still to go from this one, and it's going to be a tough one. Now, Charles Bertram in the way. Here comes Greg Culley. He's a lap down as well. He is on faster tires. He is going to have to give a little breathing space to allow this to go clean, and he does. Cody Barrett just going to allow him by. He says, you know what? You're not my battle here. You're not going to catch me in 7 laps. He allows him to go by. Serwick 17 seconds. Same with Brock Whiteman. Can Cody Barrett get the job done? Oh, no! Issue for Gary Culley. Six laps now remain for the race leader. 3 wide there with Eric Shane, Martin, and I couldn't tell who that was. Was that? Wasn't Carasala. But it is Cody Barrett out in the lead here with 5 laps to go. And this will give him a huge point advantage. It won't give him the lead, I don't think, but it's going to bring this championship close. Gary Cully again going around the inside. Same with Eric Chang. Chang sees that he's, closing in. But for Cody Barrett right now, it's not about allowing, don't need to race these guys. These guys are not your race. The guy behind you, Kendall Martin, is your race. It was 1.15 seconds back. Kinzer into the pits again. Austin Armstrong, he is gaining into this battle. Same with Karasala. Can he get onto the podium tonight? Shady Ahmad, who is a lap down. He's not going to worry about this battle here. He's just going to enjoy the show. Cody Barrett now with 3 laps to go. Oh, we have guys way slow down on the apron. They pit. No, they did not. So just an issue. 2 laps now remain. Oh, we have a spinner! And Gary Cully, can he save it? He does. And that's going to bring out a caution. Oh. And we were in for an exciting finish. And the 3rd caution of the night comes out. Here with 3 to go, we are going to get a green-white checker. And Cody Barrett that lead that he had is all gone. Looks like he's going into the pits. And Austin Armstrong. And this is going to give Brock Whiteman the lead of the race. Oh, Cody Barrett had this in the bag. He was out in front, and Gary Coley got spun around by Eric. So Brock Whiteman will be the leader of this race. Oh, Cody Barrett's going to be upset with that. He is. All he had to do was just keep it going, and Cody Barrett was going to win his 2nd race of the season. And Gary Coley goes a trip around, and he is now and brings out the caution. So let's reset. So Colin Kinzer was the pole sitter. And on lap 8, Austin Armstrong took the lead of the race. And then as well on lap 58. Lap 16, Andrew Serwick was back in the lead. On lap 21, Kendall Martin had the lead for a brief period of time, and the first caution came out on lap 24. Andrew Serwick, and then an incident with Andrew Serwick that also led to Dominic Rossi being where he's at. And then after the first caution, Colin Kinser back into the lead until an incident with him later in the race. And Micah Curtis led on lap 30 at one point, and Cody Barrett had the lead with 9 laps to go. So that is a recap of what's happened so far. Third caution of the night, and there should be waiver rounds coming this time around. And there are the waiver rounds. Brock Whiteman, Andrew Serwick, 3. Will be 2 to go. It's a green-white checker situation tonight. We are in overtime. So pace car lights are out. It's time to go back to green. Brock Whiteman, great restart here. Stay out in front of Andrew Serwick. He's got 2 laps to do this. Cody Barrett, he's pushed himself up into 3rd already. He's going for the race win. And a little bump and shove to Andrew Serwick. And here comes Austin Armstrong through 3 and 4. White flag is out this time. And Austin Armstrong takes the lead of the race here. Here comes Kendall Martin down the inside of Andrew Serwick and Cody Barrett. There's going to be a little shove here. Cody Barrett really pushing the issue here. Can he get to Austin Armstrong here? Final lap. Here we have a wall rider with Colin Kinser, but he keeps it straight. And Kendall Martin spins. Brock Whiteman spins out Kendall Martin, and we stay green. Checkered flag is out, and Austin Armstrong takes the win. Cody Barrett 2nd, Brock Whiteman in 3rd. My, oh my, what a race we just had witness. Cody Barrett blasted himself up there in the front. He wanted a chance. He was robbed of that chance, and he tried to get it. Unfortunately, could not get the job done. But Austin Armstrong becomes a 2-time winner here at the Apollo Racing Club NASCAR Truck Series. taking a look at the full race results. Austin Armstrong, Cody Barrett in second, Brock Whiteman in third. That's your podium. In fourth place, Andrew Serwick in fifth, Eric Oliva, Gary Colley in sixth, Kendall Martin seventh, Colin Kinzer in eighth, Eric Chang in ninth, Greg Bray in 10th place, Shady Amand in 11th, Micah Curtis in 12th, Sam Carasella in 13th, Dominic Rossi 14th, Charles Bertram in 15th, and our only DNF tonight of DeAndre Young. But Austin Armstrong gets the race win here tonight, and we will have a conversation with our podium here. Of course, Austin Armstrong does not have a mic, so we will not be able to bring him his interview. But we'll take a break. Stay right here. We'll be back with our post-race interviews. Cody Barrett, our second place finisher tonight here at Apollo Racing Club, led the last part of the race until the last caution came out. And, you know, clearly the pit strategy was you got to pit at that point if you want to have a chance even in a top 5 finish there.
Yeah. I had no fuel at the last caution there. Luckily, I did have tires because, I mean, me and I think 2 or 3 other people, we triple stinted that first set of tires. So we had a spare set to run with. I think Austin also was able to do that. So we had fresh ones at the end.
The green-white checker, I mean, the race was good all the way around, but the finish is obviously what we'll talk about in our post-race and pretty much what people will talk about. You got going. You came out of nowhere on the restart, and you came up in the third. Talk us through those last 2 laps there.
Yeah, I mean, on the jump, I knew the guys in front of me didn't have tires. So I was real aware that we were going to be coming up on them hot. And like I said, I knew Austin behind me had tires, so we were kind of just trying to run that outside line. Out of 2, I thought, I figured I could go underneath of him, and who was that, Andrew in front of me. I figured I could go underneath of him, force him high, and then he would inadvertently be blocking Austin for me. But it didn't work out. I had an early dive, and he had a late move, I guess. So 2 forces came together there, and Austin got the run on the outside, and that was all she wrote. I mean, that last lap, into 3 and 4, I didn't lift. I gave it every last ounce I could. I caught the wall pretty good off of 4, but Austin was he was sailing away at that point.
It was quite the spectacular finish. Obviously, you definitely feel like you probably could have won that race tonight, but a second place finish. I mean, you finished in front of Andrew in trying to keep this championship tight. So how do you feel about that going into next week?
Yeah, it feels good. We're getting into the part of the season where we're going to start seeing some shakeups, I think. We have a road course coming up. I can't remember which week that is. We're going to the Glen. I'm excited for that. We got some short tracking coming up with, Bristol not on dirt. Excited for that. I think anything can happen still. So yeah, I'm a little bit sad we didn't get the win today, but pretty happy for this 402 team and the NASCAR for Dummies guys. Glad we could sit on a podium for them.
Yeah, rough start. You weren't up there in the front at the beginning, but you're the tire saver. I mean, you said you triple stinted those tires. And you must have been saving those tires just to be in the position you were in tonight.
Oh, like crazy. Those are my favorite kind of races. I'm finding in these trucks is when we're at one set of tires short and everybody's got a double stint or even triple stint in some cases. Races like that I excel at because I'm good and patient at the start. I mean, the beginning of this race, I left the I didn't qualify well, obviously, but then the top 10, I just kind of let them drive off. I didn't care. I could have stayed with that lead pack early, but I knew that my tires were gonna need to go two stints that set. So I was just kind of relaxing and taking my time. And then uh, when that last long green flag run came around, green flag pit stops and everything, I really thought that I at that moment I said, if this goes green, this race is mine, because I knew I'd be able to maintain my pace longer than most, and I had those tires. So it was a little disappointing in the end, but still a pretty great race. I think it was really fun.
Well, thank you, Cody. Congratulations, and we'll see you next week for Michigan.
Thank you, thank you. We'll see you.
It's Cody Barrett, the 402, finishing second here tonight. We'll bring in Brock Maverick here in just a moment. Our third place finisher, Brock Whiteman, here with us. And pretty solid race from your side, it seemed like. It just seemed like you were just consistent, just there up at the front, just waiting to make moves happen. And then that final restart happens, and it was pure chaos.
Yeah, it obviously wasn't the way that I wanted to end the race. Obviously turning someone not on purpose, but just trying to get as close as I could to, maybe wash them up in the corner because I, when I pit on lap, with 17 to go, and me and Andrew were like, if we can just run to the end and just get a green flags to the end, we can make this work. And I mean, we almost had it, and then I think it was Cody said over Discord that he had a set of tires, and then Austin said that too in the chat, I think. So I was like, well, if I'm gonna want to stick in first place here to the end, I'm gonna need to get a good restart, and I did. But the new tires is just not gonna matter. So, but yeah, it's nice to get a good finish. I've been running up at the front for the majority of the season, other than Daytona in the second round of the race that I didn't get to make. So it's nice to finally see the consistency that I know I have and the pace that I've been showing, the last couple rounds finally, pay off and, um, you know, as of right now, finish with the third place finish.
Talk us through there because, the last 10 laps, Cody Barrett had the lead with 9 laps to go and had a 17-second advantage over you and Andrew Serwick there. And that caution comes out. Was that just the biggest relief you could ever feel?
Uh, Not really. I think I think if it would have stayed green, it definitely would have been a little bit better of a finish, I think, for everybody. Um, we knew, I think, I don't even know because I would have, when I saw when everybody else was pitting, that was on the opposite strategy of us. When I did the math in my head, I thought they were going to be, 5, 6 laps short, and they're gonna have to pit around, lap 92, 93 just to get to the end. And then, I saw that I wasn't making up those positions at those laps. So I was like, well, maybe they're fuel saving. And then Cody finally said that, he's gonna run out at the line. So I was like, okay, they are fuel saving. And then I looked at the gap on the relative, and they were, 17 seconds ahead of me. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna settle for fourth. And then the caution came out, and I knew I didn't have another set of tires. So I was like, well, just gonna have to make it work. So, and even then, when the caution came out, I think I came over the line on that lap with like 4 laps of fuel. So I was in fourth gear, clutching every moment that I could just to save every bit of gas. So I think I had like point 0.5 over the line, but I think I don't even know who drives the pace car in NASCAR. I think it's Brett Bodine still. I think he should have stayed in the pits at the end there. That would have been a lot better.
Yes, I think that will definitely be something talked about this one. Of course, another green white checker finish, which seems like about the third or fourth time this season we have seen that. And this is your first podium this season, and that's, finally, a little, like you said, you finally got a little consistency for yourself. So next week we head to Michigan. What are you planning for that?
Same thing. Going to try to round up at the front. Usually, when the IndyCar series goes there, usually I'm up at the front. And obviously that series has gone about the same as this. Usually I can run up at the front, but then either a mistake on my end or someone else, causes me a couple positions at the end of the race. So, I have a lot of pace there, in at least other cars. So I'm hoping that'll carry over to here. It seems like it has for the other tracks that we've gone to, except for Bristol Dirt, because I'm not a dirt guy. But I'm just going to try to run up at the front. And the thing I always tell myself is, as long as you put yourself in a position to win with 10 to go, you did your job. And if you can win or finish in the top 5 after you put yourself in that position, then then I do consider it a good race for me. So I'm gonna hope for that next week.
Well, congratulations tonight. You definitely raced your butt off, and we'll see you next week.
All right, see ya. Thank you.
Rock Whiteman finishing third tonight. Well, folks, that will do it for us tonight after that crazy one. Join us next week as we head to Legacy, Michigan. Same time, same place, right here on Twitch on the Apollo Racing Club channel. Overall, also on YouTube at Apollo Racing Club. We want to thank you so much for watching. Of course, everybody here thanks you as well. And we'll see you next week here for more NASCAR truck action here at Apollo Racing Club.